In here and put your HBO boxing analyst hat down and put on your training hat. Obviously, everyone knows you are the trainer for Lennox Lewis. Mike Tyson has been in the news this past week, and the way is being paved for possibly Mike Tyson to receive his license in Washington, D.C. What are your thoughts and Lennox's thoughts on A, fighting Mike Tyson at this point, and B, the fight taking place in D.C.?
Mike Tyson has always been in the news and will always be in the news, so that's nothing new. I think that the fact that he got his license, at least part of the initial steps towards getting a license in Washington, D.C., should not be read to be that serious because, first of all, if he had applied for a license in probably 50 states, he'd probably get them in about 40. He hasn't applied, so just saying that you got a license doesn't mean that the fight has taken place. There's a lot of other details have to be worked out in terms of monies, and you have to look at the fact that Lennox Lewis still is the heavyweight champion of the world, and he has to go along with whatever they set up. As far as I'm concerned, the fight will probably take place eventually because of the simple fact Lennox Lewis wants to knock out Mike Tyson.
So Lennox is still eager to fight
Lennox wants to fight Mike Tyson in the worst way. He's always wanted to fight Mike Tyson, much like Evander when I trained him. So that's on Lennox Lewis's mind. And it's a good chance that it'll take place. Me personally, it wouldn't matter one way or the other. The drama that's going into this fight here is just too much, and it's going to be that all the way through until the fight, even the night of the fight possibly. So I'm going to do whatever Lennox wants to do.
Okay, it sounds good. Let's turn now to Larry Merchant. Final thoughts on possibly Tyson Lewis and also what you saw tonight here, Larry.
Well, I still love rematches. I'm still looking forward to Barrera and Morales. As for Tyson and Lewis, you know, here in Las Vegas, they're ready to send their boxing commission to the Hall of Fame for denying Tyson a license. I think maybe they're picking on Mike Tyson too much. All they've got to do is give him a muzzle, a straitjacket, and a chastity belt, and he'll be fine.
Okay. Any final thoughts on tonight's events?
Both events turned out the way rematches often do, in which the guy who won the original won the second one better. And we're going to see both fighters move on. There's a lot of good fighters in the featherweight and bantamweight divisions. Onward and onward.
Marquez is the name we'll be hearing more of. Ayala certainly proving his worth this evening. All right, let's take a look at some upcoming HBO programming. Boxing After Dark returns March 9 when Paul Spadafora puts his lightweight championship on the line in his hometown of Pittsburgh against veteran Angel Manfredi. HBO, the heart and soul of boxing. Starting March 28th, the return of On the Record with Bob Costas. And Season 2, look for more of Bob's interviews with some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment. Please note, On the Record's new day and time, Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. starting March 28th. Big names, bold questions, Bob's back. Earlier tonight, you saw possibly a new star in the bantamweight division, Rafael Marquez, taking out Mark Too Sharp Johnson in the 8th round of their bantamweight rematch. And also in our main event, it was another rematch. Paulie Ayala systematically breaking down Clarence Bones Adams. No close decision this time for Ayala. Ayala winning convincingly on all of the judges' scorecards. Next on HBO, stay tuned for Oz. So now, for the entire HBO crew, this is Fran Charles saying so long from Las Vegas. The executive producer of HBO Sports is Rick Bernstein. Tonight's edition of Boxing After Dark was produced by John Crystal and directed by Mark Payton. Associate producers Thomas Odefeld and Thomas Huffine. Assistant to the producer, Greg Stern. Production manager, Mike Davies. Technical supervisor, Bob Hunter. And the technical director was Doug Getz.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports, the network of champions.
Next on HBO, prison life at Oswald State Correctional Facility. It's all you